Thanks for joining me today. Got a nice little job on here. We're going to build a gate. This is a gate to go on the side of the house to cover a driveway. There's my drawings. This is what we've got. We're going to surround this aluminium with some 3x1 box section. Nice bit down the middle as well. Bond it, rivet it. We've got some 1.5mm aluminium sheet. We're going to have to use 2 sheets though because of the sizing. 236.5 wide, and it wants to be a 7-foot high gate, so quite a big gate, but the sheets aren't big enough to do it in one. So yeah, like I say, we're gonna have to put a joint down the middle of the 2 pieces. Yeah, it's gonna look nice. We've got some box section as well to go down the sides on the walls either side with a little bit of a lip to close it up to. We'll put a handle and a nice lock on it. This has all got to be painted, and then I'm going to clad these 2 sections in the middle with some nice plastic cladding, so it will look like the wood effect stuff, or the grey nice. Yeah, it should look beautiful. But anyway, that's the plan. Let's get cutting, let's get going on. I hope we don't cut it wrong. These were a few ideas that we'd been looking at, throwing it about. The cladding there looks really nice, but the prices are expensive, as you can see in the bottom corner there, 2.5 grand. So if we can make something that's really nice looking, similar thing for a lot less, I'll be well chuffed. First thing we've got to do here is this big sheet of aluminium. We've got to get it the height right. We need to get it into size. So I've measured across there. Just put a marking on it, and we're going to cut it now. So to cut this up, I'm using this biscuit cutter Egger mini circular saw, which the blade comes out the bottom, and it gives a really nice clean cut. We're going to plug this into the Makita dust extractor. It's got a power takeoff on it, so when you start the tool, the hoover starts automatically. So just need to check this, make sure I'm dead right with where my cut's going to be. So I'm just going to check it, put a mark on it, adjust it slightly, just re-measure it, check it again, clamp it. I've got some lovely Milwaukee clamps there, so that's not going to move anywhere, and then I can run straight down this with the circular saw. So that's all clamped up. We can just run the saw nice and slowly across this aluminium sheet now, running it up against that nice bit of box section so we know it's going to be perfectly straight. Nice and steady with it. I've had to do this on the floor because I haven't got any table big enough, or the platform big enough to do it. Hoping that the pipe don't pop off the end of my cutter. Oops, a daisy. All the bits of metal flying out now, look. Won't be no good when the dog stands in that. Same again, another big sheet, cut this one down exactly the same size. Let's whiz through this one. Quick marking up again. The beauty of these big sheets is you know the square, so you're on a winner straight from the start. Measure it up, mark it, clamp it, and cut it off. Job's a good one. Now the second cut we've got to do is down the side. This one, 115.25, and I'm going to cut both of these at the same time. So I'll mark it on the top, clamp them together, get them dead the same, and just do one cut straight through them both. So this is like a 3mm thickness cut with this. Look at that, mullers it straight through, and we know they're both exactly the same. Hopefully we've got us 2 sheets now. What do you reckon? It's a big old gate, isn't it? Right. Top and bottom, we'll get them on the cross cut and get them cut down. So these are 3x1 box section, 3mm thick. And we'll just chop that straight through with the cross cut here. This is a mitre saw. I put a link in for a DeWalt one. This is an Elu one, but Elu was taken over by DeWalt, so that's why I put the DeWalt one in. Makes light work of these cuts, and you know they're all square, so it's just worth its weight in gold. We can lay that onto the door now, get it all lined up, and things are coming together. We'll cut all these back now, get them all right. 2 sides, 2 tops, and 1 down the middle. Beautiful, look at that, go through that aluminium. We'll peel back this blue plastic covering, because once we've riveted our box section down, we're never going to get that out, and it can get a bit tatty. So let's just move it out of the way. before we rivet up to it. I've got the Milwaukee Fuel drill and I've got the rivet gun, and they are both amazing tools. I can't say how good this rivet gun is, it's amazing. If you've been watching the channel, you'll see I've used it no end, and it just, yeah, never fails to impress. We'll peel off the rest of this blue around the outside, and then we can mark up with this little spacer, look, just so we get every single rivet hole spaced correctly. They're all exactly the same, and then we can drill and rivet the rest of these edges. So many rivets, so many holes, it's crazy. We'll just space and mark out again that last bit so we get that the right distance. Bang a few more in. Can you imagine doing this by hand without your electric riveter? Same with the middle bit up the centre, both sides to hold the two bits of plate together. Oh, there it is. There's the frame anyway, looking good. What do you reckon? I just hope the damn thing fits in the hole. I can't get my file on this, it's a bit big. Let's get it back down again and get that blue tape off. Nice, shiny. Clean it off. Now you could probably put a bit of paint on it. We'll have to get it up off the ground though.
Don't give us a lift, could you?
Call in the muscle. So we'll flip it over and then we can just drop it up onto the saw stools. Ready for some sanding. We'll flat that off, got a nice fine pad in there. We'll just sand that down, give it a quick going over, give the paint something to stick to. Blow it off with the blower, and then we're good to go. So the paint we're putting on here is a 4K paint, so there's a base coat with some hardener and a bit of thinners in there, mixing it all up. So when it goes off, it sets nice and hard and gives a really good plastic coating to the metal. So once this side's gone off, I'll flip it over and do the same the other side. Beautiful. Goes on like a dream. And the day's nice and hot. It's over 20 degrees, so the paint will set really lovely. We've got a primer going on first, and then we can go with the top coat afterwards. It's going to take a couple of days for this all to dry though. Then we can move on to the cladding. Now, this comes in 5 metre lengths, and we're going to cut all this down to size. Now I needed 6 5 metre lengths, and it was £45 a length. I did find it on Amazon considerably cheaper for a similar product. So we're going to cut these lengths of cladding down, plenty of them to go. It's a tedious job, but somebody's got to do it, and I think that might be me. We'll just keep on going. There's some serious static and all the dirt sticking to these. The electrode, you're getting wax off them. Going quite gently putting them in because I don't want to scratch the paint. It's still quite soft, it's not fully gone hard yet. But we just keep laying them in. Not too bad, a little gap at the top there, nice piece in the top. But we're about there, aren't we? Right, so we've got a nice latch there to go in. 44 inches from the floor is what your normal standard door is, which takes us to about there. Like that. That is to where the latch sits, just there like that. Here. So that will actually sit inside there. Taking my time marking this up. I don't want to drill the holes in the wrong place and cock it all up. But there it is. Go on, get your drill out. So I'm going to do 4 holes around the edges, and then a couple down, enough just to get my sawzall in there, the old hacksaw. Whack that out of there. What a bit of kit. Absolutely love it. Or just drill a few more holes, just pull it out, get rid of that plate. Hoover up all the debris, don't want to scratch it, like I say. Try and keep things clean. Just file it out, slightly smooth it off, and then we can get the latch in. Beautiful. Now we just need to cut out them holes on the top for the handle and where the lock goes through. I've got my hole cutting kit here, the Bosch stuff. It does go through the aluminium really well. It's a beautiful bit of kit. And then we're just going to do 2 next to each other here for the where the lock goes through. The Euro lock there. There we go. And just need 2 more holes for where the 2 bolts go through to hold the handles on. You can see there, it's quite wide that, but it's wider than the thread, so we just need to make sure they're a little bit wider, and then that should sit in there, locate into it. Beautiful. Time to actually fix this cladding on. So we've cut it all to size, we've laid it all in once, took it all out again. Now we're going to have to put it in properly and actually rivet it all down so it don't come away. You've got your starting trims here. So there's one of these at the bottom, and then there's a finishing trim at the top. Just take the burrs off on the underneath and then rivet straight through. Now these are collapsible rivets, they fold down, they kind of collapse, look, so that ain't never coming off. Great for doing into plastic, those. And then that just slides in, locates, and then I'm going to go with 3 rivets on the top on each one to hold them in place. Now this is a tedious job. It is so because I'm having to drill the holes in the top, then go underneath, get rid of the burrs, and then go and rivet from underneath, making sure everything's all in place and getting them all in exactly the same place, all in line, so it looks good from the back. Finishing trims on the top, and then we can chuck some paint on it. So we've painted the front already, obviously at the start. This is just finishing the back off now, and then the side bits as well. This is where these are going to go on the wall to hold it to the wall, and the other side is obviously where the gate closes to. We'll be fixing these onto the wall with some raw bolt epoxy adhesive. Look at this, look, getting it on the roof of the car. I thought, this is a bit big. It's massive. I bloody will fly there and all. I just opened a bus or something, it didn't come the other way and give me a bit of downdraft. Ah, no problem, look. Walk in the park, innit? And there it is in all its glory. Bolted to the wall, nicely fixed. Didn't drop or anything, absolutely beautiful. Opens and swings. It's on these flag hinges. Links are in the description for all the hinges and the fixings. We fixed it to the wall using the raw bolt adhesive. It's epoxy adhesive. It is unbelievable. So strong. And it's fixed the plate to the wall. There it is. That's the epoxy adhesive. Straight through there, holding it all on. And then the Euro hinges to swing on. I'm well pleased. A good day's work, that. Saved a few quid and all. Look at the smile on his face. He's loving it. Like I say, links for everything are in the description. If you've enjoyed the video, please drop me a little thumbs up, like and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.